Hello and welcome to Casual Learning. I'm your host, John Bannan. What's the deal with the secrets of life? Tips 1 and 2. Trust me, I have a lot more tips than just these two, but I'm going to start off with two tips. The first tip is that in life, you want to spend as much time as you can with people you like. Try to keep these people permanently in your life. A lot of people go to work and spend an enormous amount of time in the office every day, whether they're working 8-hour days, some people work 24/7, and they surround themselves with bosses or coworkers or people in their working environment who they don't like or who don't like them. Now, that's an enormous amount of one's life in terms of a percentage of time to spend in an environment with people you don't like. Um, that's not going to make you a happy person, and it's certainly not going to be a great life if you've spent such a large percentage of it surrounded by people you don't like. So, we've had this COVID um, issue in the United States and around the world, this pandemic. Um, and a lot of people have had to work remotely or work from home. And it's interesting because working from home has the benefit of being surrounded by people you like at home while you work. So that's sort of a perfect situation where you're spending enormous amounts of work time, but in an environment where you like the people or the people like you. Hopefully the people in your home like you. Hopefully that's the case. So the COVID pandemic has really brought this issue to light that you really shouldn't spend an enormous amount of time, especially let's say work time, surrounded in a semi-permanent fashion with people that you don't like or people who do not like you. That's not that's not a good life. So what should you do? Well, you should try to surround yourself with people or things in a somewhat permanent fashion that you like or that like you. Well, I should say that you like and who like you. It really is. It's got to be both ways. It's got to be a two-way street when it comes to liking people and people liking you. So I would suggest things like uh, getting and staying married. And hopefully, the person you marry is someone you like and someone who likes you back. And that person can be around for the rest of your life. Having children is a great idea because children generally like their parents, and you will like your children. So that's another group of people you can have in a permanent fashion in your life that you like and who like you. You can have pets, like a dog, for instance. Dogs can pretty much be trained to like anybody. So, again, that's something that you can have in your life that you like and that likes you. There's always friends and family and neighbors that you like and who like you that you can stay in contact with on a somewhat permanent basis and have in your life to make your life better. You can join organizations or churches um, that have people in it who you generally like and who generally like you. Being members of such organizations can make your life much better. Again, the idea is in life, life is much happier and better when you maximize the number of people in your environment who you like and who like you, and minimize the number of people in your environment who you don't like or who don't like you. So, if there are people in your life or things that you don't like or that don't like you, my best advice is to get them out of your life or remove yourself from their life. Just cut bait on these people uh, because it's just going to drag you down and it's going to make your life not nearly as good as it would otherwise be. And the last thing you want to do is surround yourself in life with people who you don't like or who don't like you. That's a formula for disaster. All right, so that's tip number one. Now, on to tip number two. Tip number two is to remember that people, including yourself, have an deep inherent need to feel important and special. Some people spend their entire lives trying to maintain or pursue this sense of status or importance or sense of feeling special. And don't ignore that because that's ingrained in every human being. And if you ignore it, you'll be miserable. So don't ignore that and understand that that's what motivates people, including yourself. People are constantly motivated in pursuit of feeling special or a sense of importance. Um, and if they don't get it, they can be miserable people. And some of them can just lose their minds and they'll imagine importance because that need is so deep and ingrained. So it's a very important need. Don't ignore it in yourself and in other people. Understand they have a need for a sense of importance. And you can motivate people by understanding that that's a deep need of theirs. And if you align what you want with their need of self, their need for a sense of importance, you can really motivate people and not only help them, but help yourself and motivate them to do what you want and what they want. And understand that if you're lacking motivation in life, it's oftentimes related to the fact that you haven't connected what you're doing with your deep need for a sense of importance. So you should seek out a sense of importance, a sense of specialness, um, and because you will find that that will motivate you and make you feel better. So don't. So the tip is don't underestimate the deep need people have and yourself for a sense of importance. It's very critical to happiness. Okay, I hope you enjoyed these two tips. I'll probably come up with some more and give you some more at some other point, and I hope you learned something. Take care.